今だ。ガン。ほう。はっ。よし。 今だ。共に行くぞ。おお。はっ。はっ。はっ。よし。今だ。共に行くぞ。はっ。 今だ。よし。
どうところであなた魔界の魔物が仲間になりたがるのは名の知られほとんどの魔界はそこの支配者を倒せばただしこのエリアならエクサアリーナの G優勝すれば豪華な商品も手に入るし決まって出場して
つまり G クラスで優勝すればまずは中で
よろしくな 出場するか？
それでは第一試合。第一試合の勝はい、次なる相手はそれでははいはい来たぜ。第2試合も勝ったのはマスター X。 もはやお次の相手は攻撃さていよいくぜ。 共に行くぞ。
新たな魔界に行くにはロザリーヒルで魔法、まずは村に戻。よろしく。ありがとう。
よく来たな。そうじゃのう。ではな。
今だ。はっ。よし。今だ。共に行くぞ。
Oh my goodness. Hello, Tony. What's up, brother? Happy Friday. Dude, tell me about it, man. I am absolutely exhausted. I'm not gonna lie. I am very tired. Oh. Oh, any plans for the weekend? You got public holiday coming up? No, we had King's birthday this last week, so on this last Monday or whatever. That's about it. I can't recall anything, any other public holiday, at least off the top of my head. I don't. Oh, you're busy? Nice, that's good, man. Mother's birthday, then hanging with old mate. Oh, sweet. Hey, busy is good. I think I'm also busy on the weekend. It'll be an odd weekend for me, actually. I'll be mostly alone on Sunday especially, so that's okay, I guess. On Saturday we have some stuff that's happening at the house, so I have to be in the house. It'll just be a strange weekend. It's not my usual weekend. What's happening? Oh, just having some builders and stuff come in for things. Nothing too serious. Installing or renovations, just it's not like major, it's like touch-ups, not really anything. No installation, no renovation, just touch-ups. Yeah. Cause yeah, we contacted the builder that built the house and just mentioned a few things that were kind of out of place, that we didn't expect it to be out of place a year into the house, and they're gonna fix it for free. So I'm like, yeah, well, go ahead then. Go ahead, buddy. Just a couple of things, like it's like some paint cracks and things like that. It's not like super serious. The Rainbow's End Bank. Oh, that's so cool. Because we had like a builder's warranty of some kind, with that builder. So, because the house is fairly new. It's only a couple of years old. And they're like, oh, just contact us if anything changes in like within the next 2 years or whatever. Sunday my partner's away. She's got some training to do for her work or something. So I'll be alone, but that's okay. Is it far? Not really. It's in it's actually not too far. It's like 20 minutes away or something like that. Yeah. It is. It's like first aid training. Yeah. So anyways, it's like a whole day thing, so I'm kind of like, yeah, alright, so she's given me the list of things. I'm gonna buy some groceries and do my own thing for the day. Honestly, kind of nice, not gonna lie. No, I'm not gonna join, bro. I'm good. I should start an electronic kit, and yeah, I should. But again, like I think recently I noticed my sparse. I have too many interests, so I'm trying to narrow them down into like just a couple. Otherwise, I'll be like continuously doing like multiple different things at the same time. So I kind of like foregoed the soldering and the electronic stuff for now to focus on on the other stuff. What do you think on the Lego stuff that's happening right now? I just saw some stuff about it. It's crazy.
なんだお前なんだとこの辺りの魔物を仲間にしたい俺は
一体何があったのですか？
実は山からマグマがドワーッと流れてきてこの辺の陸地を分断しちまったそれでちょうど遠出してた息子がマグマの向こうに取り残されてしまったんだ
それはお気の毒に。
それもこれも遠竜三兄弟の末弟のアルーガがマグマをせき止める劣化の門を開けたせいだ奴はこの辺りの支配者だ奴を
Feels like an easy case to win. That's what I thought, but I don't know.
あれ
緑の
おかしいなまあ戻ってくるまでに見つけ出しおおありがとうどうか洞窟の奥にある劣化の門を閉めてきてくれ
They're definitely losing more than the collection, and the Lego company is so dumb. They definitely are losing more right now than the collection, just from the reputation alone. Feels like a lose-lose situation for them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I feel like if they, I could be wrong, but I feel like if they took on those Legos or whatever as the consignment, if they took on the consignment and said, yeah, we'll sell your Legos and pay you out, I feel like it would have been fine if they really wanted to sell that inventory, right? You know, they still get a cut from it. I don't know how much, but they get a cut from it. But they got super greedy and they were like, nah, we're just gonna take them. GG's, bro. That's so lame. It's like you still get a cut. I don't know why you're like cribbing and crying about it. Or why you're being such an ass about it. Yeah, I know it's worth 200k. But it's like the only reason why, like, I think if they said like, yeah, we will take on this consignment or whatever, because that was the deal, right? As they sell the product, they'll pay out the people with the whatever they sell with or whatever. They could still do their advertising and get money for the product and also get like a cut of it or something. The owner of the store lied to the company and twisted the situation. Yeah, I don't know. It seems messy and kind of lame too, to be honest with you. I don't know. I still think the guy got the old guy got ruined a little bit. Pretty sad. His collection or whatever got ruined by these clowns. No, it's not his late father's. It is his father's collection. Like his father's still there. But they didn't know how to tell him that it's all stolen by a big company. But they've told him now, and he's actually. But from what I heard, he's taken it pretty surprisingly well in terms of like, because his son was a bit worried about telling it to him. So yeah. Anyways. Bro, I wasn't gonna sell it anyways. Yeah, true. That is true, actually, Tony. Maybe that is it. Maybe they weren't even gonna sell it anyways, and now it's like, bro. Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired, man. Yesterday after stream, I did do some programming. Oh shit! Give me a second. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. I'll come back and talk about it. Just give me 2 minutes. Yo, I'm back, yo. You back, bro? Yo, I'm back, bro. Oh, no. I don't know what I was saying, but what's up? Yo, your Twitch stop playing? Come on YouTube, bro. My YouTube is really where it's at. Trust on that one, for real. Oh, see, I forgot what I was talking about. I was programming yesterday, and dude, you know how I said, you know, you told me like fuck it, just dabble on the dark side. Why don't you? So I spent like an hour or two working on something. Bro, not gonna lie, I kind of cooked a little bit. So anyways, I was exploring some of those like channels that are just completely auto, just all auto. It's just auto generated, right? So I came up with an idea. Because basically, I know what they're doing. I know exactly what they're doing, but I don't know how automated they are and what they're doing, okay? So there are like, I told you about the channels with the PS2 logos and all that shit. And they get just some random static image and put it there, and then they generate music or whatever. So I was curious as to how that works, or what's, you know, what do I have to do to get things working? And it's surprisingly not too difficult. I mean, it took me like an hour and a half to get something going. Mind you, I'm not paying for anything, so I'm doing everything for free on my computer, on my GPU. So like basically, there's this thing called so what I suspect these guys are doing, they're like paying this thing called Suno.ai, which is like a platform which you generate music. I think I told you about this yesterday, I could be wrong, but they basically generate music there, and then they generate a bunch of it, and then they'll stitch it together, and then they'll grab an image, snap a PS2 you know, alpha logo on top of some aesthetic image or something, and then they'll paste that together. Maybe they put a track list, and I've noticed that some of them don't, because it will give away that people can't reverse search that song or whatever, because it's not a real song, it's just like a generated song or whatever. So some people just don't put the track list. They segment it, but they don't put the track list or something. Which was an interesting thing to find, or to understand. So anyway, so they did that, and so I was able. So this is just like speedrunning. Okay, so after looking into what was being done, then I was like. Then I told you, hey, I could have told you, I don't know if I told you this, so I was talking to myself the other day, because I have a little rubber ducky here that I talk to, but, basically, not a real rubber ducky, just like random objects I talk to work things out. But basically, I came up with like an idea, like a rough idea of how things are gonna work. I need to get a rubber ducky though, on a real note. So, the idea was, I was able to come up with is, now I'm gonna speak as clear as I can, because that's the skill I'm learning. So, we have a file, okay? This file contains information. This information is about a channel name, the theme of the channel, what kind of like themes that are related to this channel, maybe what the channel makes, and kind of like metadata on the channel. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so I'll call it like PS2 music playlists or whatever. Let's just pretend that that's what it's called. So that's the information that is there and saved by a single file. Okay, the process would be we grab the channel name and its associated metadata. Okay, and then what we do, right, is we would take that information and we would plug it into a what I'm trying to think of it. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm trying to think of it. What would we plug it into? Plug it into a Okay, sorry, I need to just clear my mind. Hold up, sorry, let me think about it. Yeah, so we have a file, we have information about a channel, we have information about a theme. Then what we do is we actually do this thing where we generate, we pick an image, okay? The image is like, I haven't sorted it out yet or thought about it too much, but right now I'm picking a random image from a PS2/PS1 library, okay? I'm just picking up a random image. It's just a screenshot from a game, or it is a, or it is more than that. It could be like the title screen or something from the game. Okay, that's what it's doing. So I get an image, right, and then I grab the image data, which has the information of what the game is or whatever. I know what the game is called, basically. By that point, because we get the image with the game name, and then we pass this game name into an AP. We talk to an LLM, right? Our best friends, actually not my best friends. We talk to a generative AI model, like a really simple one, and we basically say, hey, this is a game. This is a game, that a PlayStation 2 game, blah blah blah, and we basically instruct the model to say like, alright, I need you to like generate a track list that has this kind of theme, the game theme or whatever, and it's about the types of music that we'll be making is breakcore and blah blah blah, and it will basically come up with all the names and stuff. It won't generate the music yet. It'll come up with like coherent track list names or whatever. That's the idea behind that, okay? And it'll come up with like a prompt as alongside those track list names the prompt that will come up. Sorry, it'll come up with for each track in the for each track in the list of tracks, there's also an associated prompt. Okay, so there's a description of the song that we're telling the LLM to provide. So I'm telling it to say, hey, can you provide me with a description of the type of song that this song name would be, respecting the type of genre that the channel is trying to aim for. So for example, if it's breakcore, it would be like breakcore, PlayStation 2 2000s music or whatever. That's kind of like the idea, right? And I have that prompt, and then I passed that prompt to another LLM that is running on my machine. So there's two that are running on my machine, right? Another one, and it's not an LLM, sorry. This one is a music generator, okay? It's a music generator. It's made by the Facebook research team. It's called, if you want to look at it, it's called AudioCraft Music Gen or something. And they have it on GitHub. It's like open source, and I just had a read of how it works and looked at some of the example code. It's very straightforward. It's not very difficult. I think even you can do it. It's nothing. It's not like a wizardry thing. It's really not. You could even generate some stuff. But basically, you have this model running on your computer, and then what you do is you pass the track descriptions that were generated by the LLM, right, to this new LLM that is responsible for solving the music. It generates the music. So, for example, you provide a duration, you provide a location where the song will be saved, you provide a description of what kind of song you want, right? You want lo-fi beats, 120 BPM or whatever, right? You can provide all that information. Then it will return the song that you described to it, and then you what I did is I saved the song name as the name of the song, and then returned that information back, which is pretty rad. And I got some I got some songs back, and I got a track list of like 10 or something. I don't remember, but I got like a track list of 10 songs that are like 20 seconds long, because right now I'm testing, so I don't want to wait like fucking 10 years for it to generate on my GPU. My GPU is not massive, it's not powerful, it's only 6 GB VRAM, which means I can't even do some of the powerful models. So there is an argument for me, if this is like kind of like, if I really do want, I could like chuck in some money in those like the Suno.ai models and try it on and offload the compute power to that. But for now I'm kind of sticking to things on the free side and just keeping things free for testing where I can. If I wanted to improve the quality, I totally can. It's just a plug and play situation with some of the paid services. So I designed it so that I can plug and play with whatever I wanted to do it. So that's kind of like, so the music gen is like the third part of the pipeline. The second part of it's the third part. We got the image gen, we got the metadata generation of the song names and all this shit. Then we got the music generation, and then the last part is the video generation, which is what I'll probably be working on after the stream, actually very soon, after chatting with you, and that'll be interesting. I just need to stitch those songs together and place that image that I retrieved as the full screen image, maybe slap on a PS2 alpha kind of picture on it or something like that, like a PS2 logo image stitch on it, and then it's done. And then I would need to talk to the YouTube API. So the last part would be deploying to the YouTube API. Creating thumbnails and things. Thumbnails, I think I'll just keep it as the main thing that's already there. I'm not gonna like fuss too much on it, but yeah. No, I will try. If things work out, I will share the channel that I'm just testing this out on. But again, it's slop, right? I'm just like generating slop. Like it's nothing cool or anything. I want to see how good the quality I can get it to be on my current graphics card. Because what happens is, if you've heard of, I'm sure you know, but like the generation quality depends on your GPU. The generation time also depends on GPU as well. So like, and the quality as well. So sometimes it can hallucinate depending on how long the song is. So for example, the song can hallucinate towards like the last minute or something like that. So my GPU might only be able to do like 20 seconds worth of coherent music, and then it'll start fucking getting unhinged. So you have to tune it out and things like that if you're running it locally, or get a faster or a stronger GPU to run like bigger models like with larger inferences. So there are models that might be like 3.3 billion inferences, and they are like 6 GB, and they because those models need to be sitting in the VRAM, so you need to make sure you have a large enough VRAM. Right now my graphics card only has 6 GB VRAM, so I can't go to those massive large models. I can only do maybe medium at most. And in terms of like how long the songs are, again, it's a testing thing. I have yet to test. I'm kind of just building the entire pipeline right now. I'm surprised how fast my iteration speed is though. I honestly thought I would take way longer to do something like this. I was like, oh man, I gotta do this, It's actually like probably like, I want to say I could probably get something like uploaded in, this is optimistic, maybe in like a week from now, after a couple of tweaks perhaps. Like I could probably get something done by like the end of the weekend. It might be maybe rough perhaps, but it's actually like iteration wise and understanding, it's probably like it's just quite easy. I'm surprised, eh? Like, I could easily see anyone doing this, and I can see why it's so popular. You just can fucking do anything, especially with Python. I'm using Python for the entire thing, right? And what I'm doing is I'm creating multiple files that are responsible for multiple different jobs. So for example, image generation or image retrieval. I don't do any generating of images. I actually retrieve images from like a data source of some kind, rather than generating it, because I don't want to generate images. I just think it's an extra step that I don't need to do. And honestly, the names of the games are perfect like anchor points for the theme of the entire video. So I lead with image retrieval. So I grab a random game name and the image from that game. And then what happens is and then what happens is then it goes into the metadata generation. That's another file, Python file. And then another Python file will be responsible for the music generation, and everything related to music generation will be in there. And then the last thing is video generation, which will be sorted out as well in its own file. And then a pipeline file kind of stitches everything together. So it'll pass things from outputs and inputs, outputs from one file and inputs as inputs to the other file, and it'll pass along this data. And what I've done it in a way, or so far, or how I'm intending to do it, right, is that this will be like, it sounds so bad, bro. This will be like, so how I've designed it is that this is like one channel, right? In that same information file that I mentioned at the start of the whole thing, the input point, you can define multiple different channels, okay? And this will probably have data information about like maybe login information like associated to that channel and so on and so forth. So you can imagine that this can easily become like a fucking massive just a farm. Like like in my brain it operates as each channel is a plant, and then the plant has potential to grow, and you just continuously feed it consistently over, like days and so on and so forth. Yeah, it just feels like it just feels strange. I don't know what else to say. It's not rocket science either, and I kind of like appreciate I didn't really appreciate Python much more before, a lot before, but now I frankly have a little bit more like, I'm like, oh, this is nice, this is pretty nice, because it is probably one of the closest languages that goes from like your idea, it's like pseudo code, like pseudo thinking, to exactly kind of like what you want. It's like the perfect language for that type of thing. So if you have an idea of like, oh, I want to make something that moves this image to this place, then it's like turbo easy to do it in Python, which is great, and it's perfect, and there's a reason why it's the most popular language. I think it's the most popular language in the world, right? It's like fucking, it's crazy, man. It is truly I appreciate it much more for its like fast iteration in terms of ideas, but I wouldn't, like, if I had eternal freedom, I would probably challenge myself to do this in C, which is insane to think about, but and absolutely monstrous hard to do. And unnecessary, like, it's like not the right tool for the job, you know what I mean? It's just an unnecessary challenge to put myself into for no reason, whereas these other guys can just do this and just easily do this without a fear, and just like quickly iterate so much, So anyways, so after saying all that, it's gotten me hyped up to continue, so I'm gonna finish this fight and then wrap up. I'll update you and let you know how things go, and that, you know, I'm also super keen to get back into graphics programming. I'll be honest, like, this is just a side thing, and I don't want to spend super long on it. That's why I'm happy that it's taking quick, you know, it's a quick iteration, and hopefully I can get something spinned up really quickly. But yeah, I want to get back into graphics programming. I found it really fascinating. Oh, I didn't find it. I was aware of it for a while, and my friend recently reminded me about it. There's like this cool ass book online book or whatever. I think it's called. Let me find out. I think it's the Book of Shaders. Dude, this book is crazy, so good, man. The Book of Shaders. I think it's only halfway written. I think I want to say it's not even fully complete. Like, this is just a free book of just understanding and figuring out how shaders work and different algorithmic ways to draw things on the screen. It's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool to me. So I wanna get back into graphics programming after this little escapade, and I will update you and let you know how things go. Okay? Thank you for listening, Tony, as usual. I'll catch you later, and I hope you have a good, productive weekend and an enjoyable weekend, I guess. Bye bye.